Okay, another update. There you have 1 cubic metre of the soil media placed into the bed, and you'll notice, well, if you look at it, there's a metre of 20 ml aggregate in there, a cubic metre, and then there's a cubic metre of the growing base media on top of that, so that's 2. When I measured this bed out, its volume is 3 cubic metres, but you'll notice that I don't have an awful lot of room left in there for the top cubic metre of mix that I'm going to mix up, incorporating the tomato growing media, the chicken manure, and obviously another cubic metre of the substrate plus the fertiliser application. And that's going to be the direct growing media for the instant root zone sort of application for the plants and the seedlings. What you do need to know though is that soil media over time, general rule of thumb, will consolidate down 20% less of its mass. So in nature that tends to be what happens, and what you've got to understand is that will lower what you're looking at there. So I'll still be mixing up another cubic metre in readiness to go on top. Some of that I might have to store in the meantime, but within months it will sink down by 20%. A lot of it will compact, if you like, and a lot of the air will come out of it, and as nature takes its course. What I'm going to do now, you can see that I've just whacked the tops off the top of those like paddock dumps, the bucket loads I've put in there, and levelled it off to a degree. It's nothing finite. It's it's not art. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to apply some of this compound fertiliser, and I'm just going to hand broadcast it evenly over the bed, and then I'm going to rake it in and level it off so that it's sitting within the top inch, and then I'll be mixing fertiliser as an integrated component of the top layer. And over time what will occur is the fertiliser will leach downwards. Even though the water from these retention beds is supposed to come upwards, it will, through natural forms of a percolation, if you like, through the soil horizons. The nutrients in that compound fertiliser will slowly leach through the soil, down through the actual soil profile and the horizons, if you like. And largely what we've done here by putting in the aggregate at the base is we've mimicked nature. The aggregate, if you like, forms if you've done any soil science or horticulture in your time, you'd know this, but the aggregate forms what they call the sea horizon, which is like the parent material which gets weathered, and nutrients over time come through that. On top of that, generally in nature you get wind-blown soils, you get organic matter breakdown, and that forms B horizons, and then your top layer is your A horizon, and then on top of that there's a light, what they call a litter layer, or an organic matter layer, and that's where plants, well, seedlings in nature, from a pioneer perspective, will germinate, and then their roots will burrow on down through the soil profile or through those horizons. So it's largely just a mimic game.